Plaintiffs Paul Brown and his wife Lisa say the defendant is Lisa's aunt, and she enables drug addicts. Lisa claims the defendant's former son-in-law, who's with the defendant in court, lives with the defendant, and he's a drug addict who got his own daughter hooked on heroin. Lisa's suing her aunt for a loan. Defendant Sue Jackson says Lisa is the drug addict who's been abusing prescription pills for 20 to 30 years. Sue insists the loan Lisa is suing for has been repaid in full, but she may not remember receiving the payments due to her addiction.
State your name.
Melissa Brown, but I go by Lisa.
All right. Ma'am?
Valerie Sue Jackson. I go by Sue.
Sir?
William Brown, but I go by Paul.
Okay. You all have warrants on your arrest?
A lot of street names going on.
Yeah. A lot.
Go by.
Yeah, everybody got a street name. Yeah. All right. Start with you all.
Your Honor, I'm here today suing my aunt, who is a drug addict enabler. Her and
What
her
does that
former...
mean? She lets them do it, she helps them do it, or she sells it to them?
No, she knows they do
Do you
it.
sell it to them or just let them do it?
I don't sell it to them, and I don't let them do it.
Neither one. Go ahead.
She has been letting her former son-in-law, Terry Melton in the Green, and this is her husband, my Uncle Ronnie Jackson.
What about him?
He's lived, her former son-in-law, there for over 30-some years. He's no longer married to her eldest daughter. She gives him money daily to buy drugs.
What type of drugs?
Well, I believe heroin and possibly pills.
Where do you get this information from?
Because
you say you believe.
He admitted, and so did her granddaughter, that he was the one that started her granddaughter on heroin.
All right, that doesn't have much to do with the case, I don't think, even though this is regarding a loan. But you've said it now. Ma'am, do you want to respond to any of that?
Yes, I do, Your Honor. My niece is the one that does the drugs. Okay. She's been doing drugs for the last 20 or 30 years.
What type of drugs?
She takes Xanaxes and Percocets. Oxycontins when she can get them, I guess, unless that's the same thing.
And your son-in-law, is he?
I think he does do Percocets. He had some surgery done on his neck, and I think he got addicted to them.
Plaintiffs Paul Brown and his wife Lisa are suing Lisa's aunt, and she claims Lisa is a drug addict who abuses prescription pills.
All right. Ma'am?
Your Honor, about 20 years ago, I did have neck surgery, and I broke my back about 2 years ago, and I was on pain medication and did become relied on them for the pain, and eventually got off of them slowly. So I don't deny that.
20 years ago, you say?
Yes, that's not recent.
What type of pain medicine were they giving 20 years ago?
Restoril to sleep, Xanax, and I'm not sure what type of pain pill.
Yeah, because Xanax isn't pain, right?
Yeah, right, no.
Well, the Xanax is to chill you out, like anxiety.
Right.
So you don't know what pain medicine you got addicted to?
I'm not sure if he gave me Percocet or Lortabs. I'm not sure which.
Okay, the reason I asked this is because we have this epidemic of pain killers.
Addiction.
But everybody says it started out with an accident. Well, people have been having accidents since the beginning of time. That's why I asked, were they given the same type of painkillers back then?
Your Honor, I'd also like to mention that I took care of my mother, who passed away in 2008, for over 3 years. She weighed 265 pounds, and I lifted her by myself, in and out of bed, and washing her, and so on and so forth. I did develop a lot of open areas in my abdomen where scar tissue and everything were growing, and I did not have insurance. Instead of taking me in for surgery and helping me, they just wrote me a prescription because I didn't have insurance. Yes, sir, I do have Obamacare.
I wish that Obamacare would have been around for crack. Go ahead. because we lost a whole generation on crack. We don't need to lose a whole generation on pills and heroin, but we're headed that way too. Tell me about the balance due on a loan.
Your Honor, I loaned my aunt $3,000 to purchase a vehicle for Terry Melton, her former son-in-law.
You knew that's who it was going to?
Yes, sir.
Then you just call him a dope fiend?
That's why I made the check out to her, and I asked her to be the co-signer.
Co-signer? All right.
And I do have a promissory note.
And what happened with the payments?
I have a promissory note that she has with
Did you
that.
receive anything?
Yes, I did.
Obviously, you
I
received
received
about
sporadic payments in the amount of $1,270.
Okay. And when is the last payment?
The last payment was on July the 1st, 2015.
All right. And when you've been asking for your money since then, what have you been told?
In the beginning, in 2014, I knew she was going through a lot for 3 or 4 months. I didn't say anything. And then I would call and say, are you going to put a payment in the mail? I'll get a payment in the mail. And
you ever spoken to him?
I would call and call and call, and he would never answer his phone.
He's sitting here today.
Yeah, when
and
am I going to get my
her.
money?
I don't owe you no money.
You don't owe me no money.
I don't owe you no money. I paid you everything. Remember,
hear
I'm a
from
drug
you, man.
addict.
She had surgery that year that she loaned this, and she was on pills. Your Honor, I sent in $350 extra. She received all these.
Let's see what you're showing me here.
And I didn't sign for a loan. I didn't get the loan.
Anybody have any recent communications? Since she says the last communication was July of 15?
That was the last payment.
Payment. When is your last communication?
I couldn't say.
Do you remember what you were told the last time you asked for your money?
Yes, said, I paid you everything.
All right.
You're not getting another dime.
And what was your response to that?
I think she hung up on me.
Okay, it's hard to respond there.
Plaintiffs Paul Brown and his wife Lisa are suing Lisa's aunt, and she claims Lisa is a drug addict who abuses prescription pills.
You have any evidence? That's what I'm saying. I know
Yes.
you all both have testimony. You say they still owe. She says it was all paid off. How do I know who to believe? Because I see you asking for money on these texts, and I see them saying they paid you. So how do I know who to believe?
Well, Your Honor, I canceled the bank account.
That doesn't tell me that you've been paid or you haven't
sent a
by
money
virtue of you canceling
I
a
have
bank
copies
account.
of the
Sir,
money orders
Yes,
she sent
Your
me.
Honor, could I just say, I text
State
her
your name. State your name.
November. My
State
name
your
is
name.
Ronald W. Jackson. On November 14th, 2015, I spent 2 hours on the phone texting back and forth with her. She admitted the text messages that you have there to $1,309 that was paid her. Also, there was a $150 MoneyGram that's on there that I sent to her. Proves that there was $1,459 paid to her, and then because of her being on drugs, which I have seen her on in the past year and a half, and also she's paid every bit of the money. So
She said she paid it all.
money-
You, as her witness,
Yes.
stood up and said she's only paid $1,400.
No, I'm saying that she's admitting that she got $1,400.
No, you said that's what was paid.
Okay.
I think you need to let me speak.
Thank you.
Since
Tell
it
your
affects
witness.
me.
Tell your witness.
As you can see, I was
Yeah.
simply a witness. I did not borrow money from her. It was her idea to loan him the money. I sat there in front of 2 other witnesses that didn't come today and told her, do not loan him money. He doesn't need a car.
Well, how come she wrote the check
why'd
and
you
put it
sign
to
as
you?
a-
Because he told her he didn't have a bank account and he couldn't cash it.
Ma'am,
I had money in the bank,
were
so
you
she
a
said, well, I'll
co-signer?
write it out to you and then you can cash
Were
it and
you a
give it to me."
co-signer?
No, I did not co-sign. It is not my bill. I did not spend the money. I did not do anything except send her payments.
Okay.
And then she wants to tell me
Your Honor, she
I have 2
is...
agreements here. Who handed me these? Did you hand me one?
Yes, sir.
And that's this?
Yes.
Please?
And you handed me this?
Yes, that's the original.
All right. And your name is under the witness column.
That's right.
Ma'am, her name is under the witness column.
Yes, it is. But
So it doesn't say co-signer.
okay, you have the original in your
Yes.
hand.
Yes.
That was torn out of my notebook. I
right,
wrote
and
that.
the original is most reliable. And under
Right.
the original, her
It says
name is
witness.
under the witness column, ma'am. Not
Well,
under
as
the
you can see,
borrower column. So
I-
I'm gonna have to ask you to sue the right person. You've sued the wrong person.
She's
Judgment
here's her
dismissed. Have a
payee.
good day. Your claim is dismissed.
I'm very hurt. I'm hurt that you did this to me when I had nothing to do with it but try to help you. And then you call me liar and all kinds of nasty stuff.
You're the one
You
who
should be
called me a
ashamed.
liar and
And
threw
as
me
far
out
as
of
that
your
goes,
house. And you let your ex-son-in-law of 30-some years live with you. And it's not
That's
just
because
me.
he was
It's
homeless.
many members of
as
the
a
family.
Christian, you're supposed to help
As a
people.
Christian, you don't let someone who gets your granddaughter addicted to heroin
Well, I didn't
live
know
with
that
you.
happened.
talking
And
about me and
yeah,
my daughter on
please.
drugs.
Oh, now
up.
you're
You ain't nothing but a thief.
Shit, oh, you
now
are.
you're denying it.
I ain't ever did nothing like that, you crackhead.
You're the
That's your
crazy.
husband,
Denying it?
crackhead too. Shut up.